Okay, so good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? How you feeling? Happy 4th, by the way. Happy 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. We want to talk about this. By the way, when you get in the system, please share because we want to talk about this new Trump bill, the beautiful, big, beautiful bill. So we want to talk about it, everything you need to know about it when it comes to immigration. We are only going to be focusing on immigration because I'm not an expert on other stuff. So we want to talk about it. Um, I'm trying to put it in my IG so you can get. So, by the way, please share. Start sharing already. Start sharing. Okay. So we want to talk about it. Hi, good morning, Carmen Campbell. How are you? Watching from New York. Yeah, I love New York. I've been to New York too many times. Yeah. So thanks for coming. Please share. So we want to discuss what's going on. We want to start with the fees, okay? Because there's a increase on fees. I want to share my screen so we can talk about the fees first. Um, And we're going to talk about the latest immigration news. If you have questions, you can just put in the comment. We're moving along with everything. Questions, news. Okay. So this is the new immigration fees authorized by the budget reconciliation bill. That's big, beautiful bill. On July 3rd, the House of Representatives passed a budget reconciliation bill called the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. It's expected to be signed by the president on July 4th, today, okay? So if it gets signed today, it becomes law, okay? In most cases, these fees are in addition to existing fees. In most cases, the fees listed are minimum fees that could increase by regulation and annually for inflation. It can be increased as well. Uh, the fees are not waivable. Fees take effect immediately under the status. However, there might be delay in collection as the government operationalize payment. So it becomes law and it's effective, okay? Annual fee for pending asylum application, $100. Each year the asylum application is pending, it's going to be $100. Initial EAD for asylum applicant, 550. Remember the initial one used to be free, now it's 550. Renewal or extension work permit for asylum applicant, 275, okay? Parole applications. Parole application, they say here, certain cases by case exception from fee, those are paroled because of life-threatening medical emergency, urgent organ donation, family member whose death is imminent, funeral, lawful returning from temporary travel, returning from contingent country. So for parole, we have some people will not pay if they meet those exceptions here, right? But other people will pay. Okay. Initial work permit for parole application will be $1,000. Okay, let's say parole for not humanitarian reason or for something else that's not cited here, $1,000. That's the fee. Initial work permit for parolees, $550. Extension, $275. Temporary protected status application will be $500. Initial work permit for temporary protected status, $550. Extension, $275. Application for juvenile, SIG, $250. But this can be waived. If you apply for a waiver, you can waive that. But those other ones are not waivable. Okay. Then we go for visa integrity fee for non-immigrant visa issuance, $250, not waivable. Who's exempt? DHS may reimburse the fee after visa expiration if the non-citizen demonstrates compliance with visa requirement. They can give the money back. Okay. This is identification. It's possible. Okay. Anyway, so 250 not waivable. The Form I-94 applications, $24, not waivable. Immigration court filing, adjustment of status in immigration court, $1,500. Okay. Waiver of ground of inadmissibility, $1,050. Sorry. TPS application court, $500. Application for suspension of deportation. This is the stay of removal application, $600. That's a lot. Used to be like, it wasn't that expensive, $600. Cancellation of removal and adjustment of status application, $1,500. Okay. Individual remove in absentia, $5,000. Like you don't show up in court, you have the fine of $5,000. Appeal, immigration appeal, $900. If you're gonna appeal a case, the fees is $900. DHS officer, $900. Practitioner disciplinary action, $1,325. Motion to reopen, $900. You wanna reopen a case, $900. With immigration court or BIA, $900. Okay. Easter fee, visa waiver, $400. The Chinese B1/B2 visitor, $30,000. Inadmissibility, individual arrested between port of entry, they have a fine of $5,000. Yeah. So this is gonna be tough. It's really going to be tough. Yeah, those are the fees increase. Okay, fee increase under this budget reconciliation bill, effective once it's signed. Immediately once it's signed, it's going to be signed today, so it's effective. If somebody's going to apply for asylum tomorrow, just know that that's the fee, $100. If you're going to appeal asylum, it's $900. Okay, that's as far as fees are concerned. Okay, we're going to stop here first and take questions. Okay, do we have questions? Hello. Morning. God saves America for the next 2 years. Yeah, I wish. Really, me too. Hi, how are you? So those are, first of all, the fees. Okay, the fee increase, and on top of it, we have the ICE budget. Okay, 170,000 billion. Yeah, I don't even know how to say it. Okay, let me just share my screen. Thanks for the information. Nojim Olungai, you're welcome. You're welcome. Let me share my feeds for another thing. Yeah, kind of forgot that. Okay. So we have this one, how Trump bill will supercharge mass deportation by funneling 170 billion to ICE. Basically, they're going to give a lot of money to ICE for deportation purposes. In total is like 175. So it's basically they're going to increase the detention capacity by building new one and then by collaborating with federal prisons to expand, add more beds for the purpose of detention. And another 40 billion, I believe, it goes to ICE by hiring new agents and probably new immigration charges, basically new employees, like workforce. That's the other money is going to go there. And the other money is going to go to border control. So basically securing the border and arrest at the border. So basically they're funding 170 billion in total for his plan, for Donald Trump plan of mass deportation. So in other words, deportation is still going on, and now it's gonna go a little bit more aggressive. Not to mention that the Supreme Court already told them that they can deport to third safe countries without written notice for people who have already been ordered removed. Okay. Yeah, so just this is just something to keep in mind. um I'm gonna, what else we have here? Then we have just the fees. Then we have the judge basically put a stop on temporary sorry, temporary protected status for Haiti is on pause, at least for now, by like there's an injunction preventing this administration to stop it, at least for now. But I think this administration is going to appeal because, but at least the judge basically, United States District Court for the District of New York. So that's where the decision came. Okay. It's a long decision, basically. What they're saying is that they're stopping the Trump administration from stopping TPS for Haiti. Like somebody filed a lawsuit, okay? So I believe there's an injunction that coming in place. Let me stop here. What else we have as news? Remember the guy that Abrego Garcia, who was deported to El Salvador, and there was a lot of noises about they need to bring the guy back. Finally, they brought the guy back, but he has more charges, and he was talking about he was tortured there, psychological torture. He was beaten in prison, stuff like that, severely. Yeah, but they added more charges under his belt. Yeah, this one too is tough. Okay, let me share this one. This one too is tough. Let me share this news. Those are the latest news, right? I'm just going with the latest news. The Justice Department to prioritize revoking U.S. citizenship for naturalized American. It's basically their priority number 5, among other priorities. This is number 5. They're going after naturalized citizen, U.S. citizen who committed crimes and concealed those crimes. And then those who misrepresented facts in order to obtain U.S. citizenship, and those who committed crimes and they were charged for it, but still got the U.S. citizenship. So basically, they're reopening their case and denaturalize them. So that's what's going on. The Department of Justice has directed its attorneys to prioritize stripping U.S. citizenship for naturalized Americans who committed certain crime. Okay. This also includes individuals who engage in the commission of extrajudicial killings or other serious human rights abuses. If they pose a threat to national security, if they are gang members or committed human trafficking, sex offenses, or other violent crimes. When they talk about violent crime, even robbery is a violent crime. Robbery is a violent crime. You know, sexual abuse, it's a violent crime. Um, Theft is a violent crime. So, and those who engage in financial fraud against the U.S., including Paycheck Protection Program, Medicare or Medicare. So let's say you took advantage of the system by taking Medicare or Medicare by means of fraud. Let's say you disclose information that were false in order for you to obtain Medicare or Medicaid. Those type of frauds. Uh, it's like misrepresentation on some type of application in order to get those program like housing and stuff like that. They are going to investigate and denaturalize those citizens. And those who lie or made misrepresentation on their naturalization application. Okay, misrepresentation, lies. This is a huge one. That's why there's a waiver when a person is applying for a green card. Uh, because lying to an official, it's basically something that can undermine a petition. So if you get a waiver for the green card, and then you get to the application for naturalization, you keep lying again, yeah, it's denaturalization is coming. So basically, they are really investigating. So those are the things to keep in mind. Stop sharing. What else we have as news here? Okay, so questions now. Please share the link to access the price hikes documents on ALA. Okay, let me see if the link is gonna go, because like I'm a member, right? So it's let me just share the link. I don't know if you can, if you click on it, if you're gonna access it. Yeah, try to click on the link and see if it's going to let you do it. Okay. Molina Flooring Gallery. I just received another prima facie. This is the third one. Have you checked the processing time? The processing time for VOW is like 4 years. Yeah, they will keep just sending you it. Yeah, they'll do it until the day they make a decision. Yeah. Yeah, the processing time is like almost 4 years. So yeah, there's nothing to be concerned, because it's just like the processing time is taking forever. So just, yeah, just wait basically. That's it. That's all I can say for now. Yeah, the processing time for VAWA is like taking forever, to be honest with you. Like I have somebody who applied in 2021 until today. I guess the guy even gave up on it. We used to follow up, but I don't think he cares anymore, especially under this administration. He probably forgot about it. He just wants to wait until the decision. So I don't know what's going on with me. Trump is going to sign the bill today. So those fees are real. So tomorrow, if somebody applies, he's going to pay the fees, okay, for the application. It's because they're taking the old fingerprint application, they're just reapplying the old one. Remember when you apply for asylum, you got fingerprint? So they're just using the old one. Even when you apply for work permit, maybe you got fingerprinted. So they're just using the one that they have on file. That's it. Yeah. So nothing to worry about. They're reusing what they have on file. Because at some point you took fingerprinted during your entire immigration process. You took fingerprints. So they're just reusing old one. Is there a timeline to apply for asylum? Asylum is applied within 1 year of physical presence. Okay, that's the timeline. The person applies for asylum within 1 year of physical presence. So if the person applies late after the 1 year of their physical presence, they always have to come with an explanation as to why they're applying late. So if TPS is terminated and then you apply for asylum, then still you have to tell them why you're applying late, because it's after the 1 year of your physical presence. Okay. If there is a timeline, they just basically, in other words, it's just like if a person is applying late, they just have to justify themselves. That's it. That's what I can say about this topic. Okay, so try to see if we have another news. Yeah, we talked about Happy 4th of July. So I just wanted to come here and talk about those fees. To be honest with you, those fees, I've been talking about it. This reconciliation bills, it's going to pass because Trump has the House, he has the Senate. It's gonna pass. So it's pretty much passed, and now he's gonna sign it today. And once he signs it, it becomes law. That's it. You have to pay the fees, um, appeal, and all that, and fine at the border. People who are crossing illegally will have more fees, like $5,000 type of fees. That's really bad. Let me see if we have another immigration. He's saying that he's going to find solution for migrant workers, like farmers, um, people who work in the farm industry, and restaurants and hotels, hospitality type of industry. He said that he's going to come up with a plan. Let's see if it's going to work. And then that's something he can help out for workers in those industries. But other than that, his deportation plan is really going strong because of the money that he's going to allocate in those departments, the ICE department, uh, immigration, custom enforcement, which is ICE. So he's allocating a lot of money there. So deportation is going to take another turn. Like for instance, now 200 Marines went to Florida in support of ICE as military takes strong stance on immigration. So basically, they're sending militaries there. Like, to be honest, if I am in the situation where I don't have any document, I cannot live in those type of states like Florida, Georgia, Texas. I really cannot. I don't know. Because over there it's really tough. It's really tough on every angle. They don't even have jobs in Florida. Really, I don't see how people go there. Anyway. Let's see. Good morning, Miss Bijoux. Good morning. How are you? Are you feeling this lovely morning? Happy 4th of July. Anyway, so anybody else? Do we have questions? Do we have questions? Do we have questions? if we have questions, just please put it in the comment section, because we pretty much cover everything as far as the latest immigration news is concerned. You know, the Department of Justice is prioritizing denaturalization of U.S. citizens, basically those who committed certain crimes. They told us which type of crimes, right? And then TPS for Haiti is on pause for now because of the lawsuit that was filed in New York. Looks like the judge issued an injunction on it. In other words, preventing the Trump administration from stopping Haiti TPS. I don't know how it's going to turn out, because I know this administration is going to appeal. But anyway, that's the news, at least for now. Then we have this, fee increase. Hiccup the fees. Okay. Yeah, let me do that. Thank you. Same to you. Happy 4th of July. Thank you. Yeah, let me recap about the fees, because but I put the link in the comment section. If you click on it, maybe you can find it too. But I'm just going to share the screen again one more time. Okay, this is the fees, right? Which is going to be effective after Trump signs the bill, which he's going to sign it today, right? Basically, it's effective today once he signs the bill and the bill becomes law. So, asylum application, $100. Each year, the asylum is spending $100. Work permit based on asylum, first time, $550. Renewal or extension, $275. Parole application is $1,000. Initial work permit under parole is $550 and is limited to 1 year only. Extension, like renewal of work permit under parole, to $275, and it's just 1 year work permit. The work permits here, I'm not sure. I think they're just gonna keep it the way it is, 5 years. I'm not sure for real. I don't have a lot of information on it. I'll double check, but I think since they didn't mention it here, so basically, I guess it's still the 5 years we're assuming. Then we have temporary protected status, $500. Work permit, first time, $550 under temporary protected status. The work permit is only for 1 year, not even for the 18 months that the TPS is given to people, basically just 1 year. And the renewal, $275 for 1 year. Special immigrant juvenile applications, $250, but this can be waived if a person files with a waiver. They can waive that, but all those fees are not waivable. Okay, you cannot waive it. But there are some exceptions for parole here. If you are parole under life-threatening medical emergency, where treatment is not available in your home country for yourself or parents or legal guardian, you don't have to pay those fees, the $1,000. Okay, I was about to say the meal. I'm a French speaker, basically. Anyway, but urgent, if you parole for urgent organ or tissue donation, you don't have to pay those fees. They can waive that for you. If you parole for family member whose death is imminent, they're not gonna, pretty much there's exception to paying those fees. Funeral, if you parole for funeral of close family member, if you parole as an adopted child with urgent medical conditions, if you apply for I-131 because you're a lawful permanent resident returning from temporary travel abroad, you can get the fees waived. Returning from a contagious country to attend immigration hearing, they can waive those fees. Cuban or Haitian entrant, they can waive those fees. If you are assisting with law enforcement matter, they can waive those fees as far as parolees are concerned, right? This, we're talking about parolee, not asylum. We're talking about parolee. They can waive those fees if you meet those requirements, okay? If you apply for non-citizen, if you are, okay, if applies to non-citizen applying for SIJS, if reunification with one parent is possible, they can waive the fees as well for this one, 250. And then we have the visa integrity fees for non-immigrant visa issuance, 250. And then the for application, 24. Those fees here are not waivable, not. Immigration court filings, adjustment of status, 1,500. I mean, if you qualify for a waiver, you can apply for a waiver. You could try at least, right? Waiver of grant of inadmissibility, you can apply for a waiver. Remember, the waiver, you have to meet the requirement of income to, at least to be eligible for a waiver. TPS in court, right? If it's you're applying it in court, 500, but you can apply for a waiver. Application for suspension, this is stay of removal application, 600. It's not waivable, not waivable. Okay, you see, there's not anything here. You can try, but there's nothing here. Cancellation of removal, 1,500. You can apply for a waiver. At least you can try. Individual remove in absentia. You didn't show up in court, you have a 5,000 fees, not waivable. But remember, if the person doesn't show up in court, the law says that they can show good cause within 30 days. If you can show that the reason why you didn't show up, maybe you were in the hospital, right? That's why you couldn't physically get there. If you can show that, they will waive the fees and they will, you know, they will reopen the case so you can show up. At least we have a law to deal with that. But if you just don't show up, it's not waivable. That's it. Immigration judge decision, like you want to appeal 900, DHS officer 900, but practitioner disciplinary act decision, 1,325. That's like a lawyer made some mistake, or you sue the lawyer, something along those lines. That's what they call disciplinary. That's 1,225. Basically, you have to file it so that they can discipline the anyway, but those fees are waivable if you qualify for the waiver, of course. Motion to reopen, 900. Oh my God, this is crazy. It used to be 110. It went like 1,000%. It used to be 110. Motion to reopen. Even appeal, it used to be $110. And then we have the fee waiver applicant for $40 waivable as well. The Chinese B1, $30, not waivable. Inadmissible individual arrested between port of entry, 5,000. That can be waived too. That could be easily waived because, you know, the person who's coming that does not really have income, they can apply for a waiver to waive that 5,000. So yeah, those are the fees effective once the bill is signed, okay, which is today. So stop sharing. I mean, you can just go, I put the link there in the comments. You can go and just double check and see. Happy 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. How are you? Bonjour, Bijoux. Bonjour. Comment ça va? What's the pending cases? What do you mean? What about pending cases? Each year, the asylum case is pending. It's going to be $100 for each year. Like, let's say your asylum is going to be pending for 5 years. In total, you'll pay $500. Yeah, you can travel back home. As long as you don't have any criminal record, because people with criminal record, when they travel, they're coming back, they're getting arrested. If you don't have a criminal record, you should be fine traveling with your green card. Yes, the short answer is yes, as long as you don't have any criminal record. Okay, so what else we have here? I think this is it, right, for today. The only thing that is really bad is just deportation. Deportation is really bad in terms of it's getting really out of control, and the fact that this Supreme Court gave the Trump administration authority to send people to third safe countries without written notice, that's really bad in terms of people who have already been order removed. Okay, even people with withholding of removal, they can find themselves being removed under that Supreme Court case. So, isn't it your case? The asylum case was dismissed. So the asylum case was dismissed. So, and your green card is based on marriage. So, yeah, if they ask you, you just have to be able to articulate that your asylum case was dismissed and your green card is based on marriage. So, you have to just be able to articulate that correctly. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't see any problem with that because the asylum was dismissed. The only people who have a problem are those with criminal records and those who got their green card based on asylum. They cannot go back to their country where they claim persecution. So in your case, if it's your case, then it's different because the asylum in question was dismissed and the green card is based on marriage. So that's it. That's what I'll say. But if you're too scared to travel, just don't do it because your own fear, your own fear will prevent you to have a night in peace. You know what I mean? If you're too scared, just deal with your fear first. Once you deal with your fear, you should be fine. Okay. Anybody else? We are trying to wrap up here. Okay. If you missed the this live session, please go back from the beginning and just please watch the beginning as far as fees is concerned. Then you will know what type of fees you have to pay with your application because this bill is going to be signed today and becomes law. That's it. That's what's going on. That's the major highlight of the bill. And the second thing is just deportation is going to get too serious. Why? Because of the type of money that ICE will receive to execute those order of removal and arresting people and detaining people. They're getting a lot of money, so they're getting well organized. It's really important to lawyer up, retain good counsel, get real advice to protect yourself against those type of deportation. Because if you don't, it's really bad. Yeah, at least people are aware. The good thing is you have to be aware so that you can act accordingly. No fear. Okay. Okay, if you have no fear, then the short answer again is yes. If the asylum was dismissed and the green card is based on marriage and you have no criminal record, okay? Okay. I want to see if the Trump has already signed the bill. They say he's gonna sign it during basically he's gonna sign it today during the 4th of July ceremony. That's what they're saying. So yeah. Yes. What's next after asylum is granted? After asylum is granted, you wait for 1 year. Then you apply for your green card. That's it, right? But meanwhile, if you want to travel outside of the country, you have to apply for a travel document. And you cannot go where you claim that you'll be persecuted, right? Otherwise, you misrepresented the fact and they're going to take away the asylum. So there's only two things. After that, you wait for 1 year, then you apply for the green card. Meanwhile, if you want to travel, you have to get a travel document, apply for it, and get it. And then you can travel outside to some other country. Then you have to see the requirement for those countries where you're going, right? If they need a visa or not, stuff like that. So that's it. And you have to change. It's actually written on your letter. Everything is written on the letter. If you granted asylum at the USCIS office, everything is on the letter. It's really explaining to you everything you need to do. The letter is too long, but you need to read it. Okay? So what I'm telling you is just the summary. Yeah, just read your letter and you'll know what to do. Okay, what else? Oh, by the way, I got a green card approved. That green card was approved without an interview. That's what I want to highlight, because there was a question about, am I going to get an interview? Am I going to get an interview? Well, they cannot really interview everybody because they don't really have that much workforce. Like my client, she's going to get a 10 years green card without interview under this administration. Okay. So what I'll say about that is like at least 80% of cases will get interview, but 20% will not get interview just because they don't have enough people to backlog the system with those interviews. When it comes to green card, especially if the cases that just like straightforward. Yeah, my client has children, and there's not criminal, been married forever, and we already went to court. Court already terminated removal. So at that point, they just had to approve it because there's really nothing to question, basically. Um, even her I-130 wasn't, was approved without interview. So then, yeah, even the green card under this administration, it's approved without interview. And it's a 10 years green card because she's been married forever. So, yeah, I'm just like glad we're done. Okay. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Oh, all right. And we're still here. Anyway, asylum green card 10 years. Yes, asylum green card 10 years. Yes, yes, ma'am. Oh, I guess it's ma'am, right? Because it's the name is Casey. Anyway, yeah, it's 10 years. Do we have anything else? Please like, please share. Anybody else who need a consultation, they can just schedule it. Okay. Please like, please share. Stay tuned. Follow me on all platforms. We have like TikTok, we have IG, we have YouTube. I have Facebook, which I don't see people following. I have a Facebook page as well. I don't post that much over there anyway, to be fair. Maybe that's why. Um, we had a Facebook group, but nobody else asked questions anymore on that group. I think I'm gonna end up closing it because it's taking my energy. But we have YouTube. YouTube is the best where we answer all questions. And TikTok is good too because sometimes I don't have time to come here live, but I can update you on TikTok with a short video. And I can just have a screenshot on my IG story with a breaking news. So it's better to follow me on all those TikTok, YouTube, and IG. So you stay informed of, I mean, the goal here is not to have fear, but to have awareness of what is going on. That way you know how to protect yourself. Because if you don't have awareness of what's going on, it's really difficult for you to protect yourself. So you have to have awareness of what's going on in this country. Okay? Thank you. God bless. God bless you too. God bless you too. Thank you very much. Happy 4th of July, everybody. That's it. So let's enjoy the rest of the weekend. I guess I'm just gonna come back on Monday. Meanwhile, I can post on TikTok or YouTube or IG. I guess live session will just be Monday because we need to know once what's gonna happen on Monday after he signs this bill. Then we're gonna come up with news because this weekend. But this weekend, if a person knows that they don't have any like valid document, it's really not a good idea to be in those parties. Because where there's alcohol, that's where problems come. You know what I mean? Like people be fighting, and the police get there and they start checking on everybody's legal status, and you're in trouble for no reason. And remember nowadays, DUI, if it passes again the Senate, it's gonna be a law and it's gonna be deportable, drinking and driving. So just stay away from those things. If you want to survive the 4 years, we have 2 more years. You know what I mean? Like this is actually the first year, right? So we have Trump just started this year. We have 3 more years. We didn't even finish 1 year with him. So yeah, I'm telling you. So we have a long way to go with this administration. No joke. Sometimes I wonder. I'm like, I sleep, I wake up, I'm like, oh, I thought it was already 2 years, but I'm just surprised. It's like, oh my gosh, we still have like 3 more full years to go. Yeah, not even a joke. I'm telling you. Anyway, so have a nice weekend. Happy 4th of July. Have a nice weekend, everybody. Until next time, bye-bye. Thank you very much. Please like, please share. Please share on your WhatsApp. And yeah, please share the link anywhere you can. Share the link, please. It's valuable information. Anybody can benefit from it, okay? Thank you very much.